Good morning, children. Stay safely at home, and whatever lecture I am sending, please do your work properly and do it in time. So I have already discussed that what is the scalar product or dot product and what are the different properties of scalar product and dot product. Now today I will discuss cross product or vector product. Now you see, from the name only you can make out that why it is known as cross product or vector product. Now in this case, when you are multiplying two vectors, okay, A is a vector, B is a vector, and when you are multiplying the vector, what is the symbol for multiplication you are using? A cross, okay. And when you are multiplying the two vectors, you are getting another vector quantity. I hope you can remember, for scalar product or dot product, I wrote it like this. See, over that there was no vector sign, means it was a scalar quantity. Okay, but in this case, you are multiplying two vectors and you are getting another vector quantity C. Okay, and in this case, as the multiplication sign is represented by the cross, that's why it is known as cross product or vector product. Okay, very simple concept, that by multiplying two vectors, taking the product of two vectors, you are getting a vector quantity. Now the question is, what is the magnitude of A cross B? Magnitude of A cross B is magnitude of the cross product. It is magnitude of the first vector multiplied by magnitude of the second vector multiplied by sine of the angle between the two vectors. So if you consider A is the first vector, B is the second vector, and if theta be the angle between them, then how to find out the cross product? It will be AB sine theta. Remember, AB sine theta is the magnitude of the cross product. Alright. Now, if you want to find out what is the direction, then generally we write it like this: AB sine theta into unit vector n. Alright. Now, unit vector n, how to get the direction? Just you use the right hand rule, right hand thumb rule. You see how I am setting my right hand 4 fingers. These are the 4 fingers, okay, excluding thumb. You set your 4 fingers from A to B, from the first vector to the second vector. Alright, so you see, I have set my 4 fingers of the right hand from the first vector to the second vector. Then the thumb is giving the direction of A cross B. Alright, I repeat, set your 4 fingers of your right hand from the first vector to the second vector. Alright, you see along the first vector, then you fold it like this. Then the thumb is giving you the direction of A cross B. Alright, so in this case, you see what is the direction of my thumb? It is outward direction, perpendicular to the blackboard in the outward direction. So you can write down what is the direction of n. It is perpendicular to the board, outward direction. So you can write it like this: perpendicularly outward. Is that clear? Again, just try to understand it. Where I have drawn the vector A and B on the plane of the board. Alright, but where I have getting the vector n perpendicular to the plane containing A cross B. So you can write down what is the direction of n perpendicular to the plane containing A and B, containing the vectors A and B. I hope the concept of cross product is clear. So I repeat that if you take the product of two vectors and you want to find out the cross product, then what is the magnitude of the cross product? It is given by AB sine theta. And how to what is theta? Theta is the angle between A and B, and we write down this way by an unit vector n. What is the direction of the unit vector? For this diagram, this is the symbol we use Dot is there. Dot means what? It is in the outward direction, perpendicular to the board in the outward direction. So you can write what is the direction of n? Perpendicular to the plane containing A cross B. Alright. And remember, use the right hand thumb rule. And what is right hand thumb rule? What I said? That set the 4 fingers of your right hand from the first vector to the second vector like this, and then the thumb will give you the direction of the cross product. Alright. So here you see, if you want to find out B cross A, just here look at it. You want to find out B cross A, then how you will set your 4 fingers from B to A? Then you see the direction of the thumb. The thumb is in the inward direction. Alright. So you see, if you find out B cross A, then B cross A, it will be, what will be the magnitude? Same like this, AB sin theta. Instead of writing AB sin theta, it should be first vector, magnitude of the first vector multiplied by magnitude of the second vector multiplied by sine of the angle between them, then the unit vector n dash. Now, what is the direction of n dash? Direction of n dash is perpendicularly inward. Alright. So this is the way you can find out what is the magnitude of the cross product of 2 vectors and the direction of the cross product of 2 vectors. Now the properties of cross product. Cross product is not commutative. I hope you can remember the scalar product or dot product was commutative. Means what? A dot B equal to B dot A. But in this case, you see, if you find out A cross B, alright, if you consider that this is A and this is B, angle is theta, then you see A cross B is AB sin theta into N, alright, and N is in which direction? It is outward. Alright. But when you are finding B cross A, you see it is magnitude is same, B is sin theta, but you are getting the vector n dash, unit vector n dash. What is the direction? It is perpendicularly inward. Alright, perpendicularly outward is in this direction, perpendicularly inward is in the opposite direction. So, you cannot say A cross B is equal to B cross A. So, you cannot write that A cross B is, so you have to write A cross B not equal to B cross A. Alright, then what is the relation between A cross B? A cross B is equal to minus B cross A. Because we know when the 2 vectors, they are having equal magnitude but opposite direction, then we consider one vector is negative of the other vector. Alright, so A cross B is equal to minus B cross A. So you cannot say that cross product is commutative. So cross product is not commutative. Next one is, next property, that cross product is distributive. It means what? If you take A cross B plus C, then you can write it as A cross B plus A cross C. But be careful while writing this, do not change the order. Means it should be A cross C. Don't do the mistake that writing C cross A. No, it should be A cross B plus A cross C. So, cross product is not commutative but cross product is distributive. Alright. Now, third one. If you consider that 2 vectors A and B are perpendicular to each other, then you see what is the angle between them. It will be 90 degree. So in that case, you see what is the magnitude of A cross B? Magnitude of A cross B will be A into B into sine 90 degree, means A into B. Alright. So this is the thing you must remember. If the 2 vectors are perpendicular to each other, then their cross product is simply, magnitude of the cross product is simply multiply the magnitude of the 2 vectors. Alright. And what will be the direction of n? What if you consider A cross B is AB into the unit vector n. Then what will be that unit vector n? perpendicular to both A and B. Alright, this is the point you have to remember, and again you know how to find out the direction of N, use the right hand thumb rule. Then next one, fourth point is important point, that if A and B are parallel to each other, two vectors are parallel to each other, then what is the angle between them? 0 degree. Then you see what will be the cross product of the two vectors A, B sine 0 degree, then it is 0. As it is a null vector, so there is no question of the direction. Is that clear? So this is the important thing you have to remember. What is the important one? That if two vectors are parallel to each other, then their cross product is 0. But remember, for scalar product what it was? If two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then the scalar product is 0. But in this case of cross product, if two vectors are parallel to each other, then the cross product of the two vectors is 0. Now we will try to find out the cross product of different unit vectors, that is I, j, k along x and y and z axis respectively. Alright. So you see, first of all, if you take I cross I, alright, I cross I, how much it will be? Just try to understand it. What is the magnitude of I? 1. Then what is the magnitude of I? Another 1. 1. Then what is the angle between the two vectors? 0 degree. So it is sine 0 degree. Means how much it is coming? 0. So exactly in the same manner, what will be j cross j? 0. What will be k cross k? 0. Is that clear? This is the fifth point. Now if I take I cross j, then try to understand it. It is very interesting. When you are taking I cross j, then what will be the magnitude? Magnitude of the first vector 1 multiplied by magnitude of the second vector 1 multiplied by sine of the angle between them. What is the angle between I and j? 90 degree. So sine 90 degree. Then you see what will be the direction? It will be a vector perpendicular to I to j. Is that clear? So here you see, if I put I to j, then my thumb will be along the direction of k. So you can write down I cross j is equal to k. Clear? Now, so you see, if you get I cross j is equal to k, then what will be j cross I? It will be minus k. Alright. Similarly, then you see, if you want to find out j cross k, what will be j cross k? J cross k will be unit magnitude of j 1 multiplied by magnitude of k 1 multiplied by angle between the two sine 90 degree. Now you see, when you are putting j cross k, then the vector is, unit vector is along the x-axis. So it will be none other the vector I, unit vector I. So you see j cross k is equal to I. Clear to everyone? Now I will show you one trick. If you apply that trick, then you don't have to apply this concept separately because it is time consuming. One can find out very easily what will be the product of, cross product of two vectors. Alright. So please just try to understand it. Okay. Now here what you will do, you draw a circle, then in the anti-clockwise direction write down the three vectors I, j, k. Is that clear? Just see how I have written. I have written it in the anti-clockwise direction I, j, k. Clear? Now how to apply the concept that what will be the cross product of any two vector taken. So you see, when you will take I cross j, I to j you are getting, then it should be the third vector k. Similarly, what will be j cross k? What will be j cross k? You see, I have taken j to k. I am going anti-clockwise direction. So j cross k will be I. Is that clear? Then if you take k cross I, k cross I you are taking, then what will be the vector? It will be j. Clear? But suppose you have taken j cross I. Means instead of taking the two vectors in the anti-clockwise direction, you have taken the cross product in the clockwise direction. You see, you have taken j cross I. So j cross I means minus k. Like that. Suppose you have taken k cross j. K cross j will be minus I. Clear? Suppose you have taken I cross k. I cross k, in which direction you are going? Clockwise direction. So what it will be? Minus j. Is that clear? I repeat, what to do? In a circle, write down the three unit vector taking in the anti-clockwise direction. So when you will take the cross product of any two unit vector in the anti-clockwise order, then the third leftover unit vector will be its answer. Means simply I want to find out k cross I. So k cross I is j. I want to find out j cross k. What will be the vector I? Is that clear? But when you are taking the two vectors in the clockwise direction, then what will be their cross product? It will be minus of the leftover unit vector. Means if you take j cross I you have taken, so you have taken in the clockwise direction. So what will be your answer? Not only k, it will be minus k. Is that clear? So this trick if you use, then I hope you will not do mistake, because if you want to find out I cross j in this manner, then it takes time. So that's why follow this trick. Now the property, now the topic I am discussing, very important, and everybody should practice it. Alright, first understand it, learn it, then the question of practicing is coming. Anyway, so you see here how I have written the two vectors. I have written the vectors in terms of its component. Okay, A is AXI plus AYJ plus AZK, where AX is the X component of vector A, AY is the Y component of vector A, and AZ is the Z component of vector A. Similarly, B you have written BXI, B you can consider it is BXI, BYJ, BZK. In that case, how to find out the cross product of two vectors? Alright. Then what you will do? You will form one determinant like this. You have done it in maths. First of all, the first row, it will be, in the first row, you have to write the three unit vector I, J, K. Alright. Then, in the second row, write down the components of the first vector. AX, AY, AZ. Then in the third row, write down the components of the second vector. So I repeat, if you want to find out A cross B, then first of all what you will do, you will form one determinant so that the row is the first column, first row is the all unit vector, second row is all components of the first vector, third row is component of the second vector. Alright, then how to find out what will be, if you expand it, what it will come. So this is the way you will write. First you write down the unit vector I. Alright, now you see unit vector I is in this row and in this column. Okay, so just understand it. The first vector is in this row and in this column. So this row and column you omit. Alright, so I is in the first row and first column. So omit that row and column. Then whatever is left, write it down. So whatever is left, AY is Z, then BY, BZ. Is that clear? Then you write down minus J. Is that clear? What you will write? Minus J, not plus J. You write minus J, and then you see omit the row and column where J is. So where J is in the first row and second column. So omit these two. Clear? So if you omit these two, then what is left? AX, AZ, and then here BX, BZ. Is that clear? Then plus K. Clear? Then K is in this first row and third column. So what you will do, you omit the first row and third column. and leftover thing you will write. So what is left here then? It is AX, AY, BX, BY. Is that clear? Then you see, you expand it. So when you will expand it, you know determinant how we do. We start from the leftmost upper corner, then we go diagonally. This is the way, diagonally we will go and find out the product. So it will become AYBZ. You don't have to give the arrow. Arrow I have given for your understanding. So what you will do? AYBZ. Then a negative sign. Then you take the cross product of the other two diagonal elements. So it is coming AZBY. Then you see here minus J. Again you expand in the same manner. Start from the leftmost upper corner. Go diagonally. Take the product. So it will be AXBZ. Then minus sign. Take the product of the other two. So it will be AZBX. Then come here, it will be K into what it is coming? AXBY, okay, minus AYBX. Is that clear? Then as there is no place here, I am writing it here. So you see, you can write it I into AYBZ minus AZBY, then plus J. This negative sign I am taking it inside. So if I take it inside, then it will come AZ. So it will be AZBX minus AXBZ plus K into AXBY minus AYBX. Alright, so this is the way you can find out the cross product of two vector when it is given in the component form. Alright, clear to everyone what I said? Now this is the way you must find out the cross product of any two vector. Alright, you must, please do not just blindly copy it. Listen to the lecture and then try to do it yourself. Okay, because if you copy from the board, then you will never be able to learn it. So listen to the instruction and then you try to expand it by your own. Now let us apply this one. Just now we have got the concept. Okay, so you see, when you will write down, if you want to find out A cross B, then how you will do? You just form the determinant. The first row is all the unit vector. Then what is the second row? Components of A. So what are the components you see? 5, then minus 6, then 8. If it is plus sign, there is no need to write anything. But if there is negative sign, then negative sign should be written. Okay, nothing is there means it is understood that is positive. Then come to the component of B. What are the components? Minus 4, 2 and 5. Alright, then as I taught you, what will be I? You see, I you will write, you will omit the first row and first column. So, what is left? Minus 6, 8, 2, 5. Then you will write minus J. Then you omit the row and column J is there. So, what is left here? 5 and 8 and minus 4, 5. Then next one will be plus K. Then you omit the row and column K is there. So the first row and third column omitted. So what is there? 5 minus 6 minus 4, 5. Alright. Now you expand it. So when you will expand, you use the third bracket. Why? Because there is a negative sign. So what I said, start from the leftmost upper corner. So it will be and go diagonally. So minus 6 into 5, then there will be a negative sign, then cross product of the other two, so 8 into 2. Then you see it is minus J and then it will be 5 into 5, then minus, then 8 into minus 4. Then come to K, it will be how much? 5 into 5, then minus 6 into minus 4. Now if you expand it, how much it is coming? Minus 30, then minus 16. This is minus j. It is coming 25. Then you see minus minus plus. So 32. Then plus k. It is coming 25. But here minus into minus plus. Plus into minus minus 24. So how much it is coming? Minus 46i. Then it is coming 7 and it is there is a minus sign here. 7 and 5. No. 5 and 7. 57j. And it is coming plus 1k. Alright. So this is the way you have to apply that, how to find out the cross product of two vectors. So here I am giving you 3 sums. That 3 sums is for practice and everybody must practice it. Okay. Suppose A is equal to 4i plus 4j plus 3k and B is minus 5i plus 2j minus 3k. We will find out A cross B. Okay. Find A cross B. This is the first. Then second option, suppose A is equal to 3i minus 2j plus k. K means 1. And then B is equal to, suppose it is 7i, then minus 3j plus 5k. Okay. Anyway, practice only 2. So you must apply this concept and you will find out what is the A cross B. Alright. And then that day only, that day will get the lecture, that day only you must solve these 2 and send it in the group. Solution. Everyone should post the solution in the group. Alright. And please kindly try to do it yourself, applying this concept. Okay. How to find out the cross product of two vectors when given in the component form.